Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Warframe. Today's weapons are the Twin Rogga, which are the secondary weapons of the Kuva Guardians. Those big dudes. So this weapon, or weapons rather, to put it simply, it's shotguns or pistols. Pistols that pack a punch. But I'll show you what I mean. A little disclaimer, the builds are here are sorry, the builds that I have here are simple builds. Simple but effective according to my testing. So if you have any disagreements with my builds or demonstrations, that's fine. Just keep in mind I am not a pro. I'm just doing what I think is for the best. Now then, first off, this builds requires 4 Forma. Pretty cheap, pretty affordable. Now, for the stats of the weapon, accuracy is 8, which is expected because this weapon is not really a long range type weapon. It's more of a up close and personal type weapon. Basically double shotguns. That's what I'm looking for. Critical chance and multiplier is a bit low, sadly. It it's a shame. If they were any higher, this weapon would be acceptable. Falloff is a bit significant. Basically, the farther you are from the target, the less damage you do. So keep that in mind. Fire rate is slow, which again makes sense because these are shotgun based weapons. Magazine is 2, one for each shot. Multi-shot, pretty good, 15. Alarming, reload is surprisingly fast. Next we have the Riven disposition. I know you can see that I have a Riven, but I'll show that later. Basically, the more circles that are filled, the more effective the weapon is, or the mod rather. And the amount of circles filled depends on the popularity of the weapon. So the fact that I have a lot of circles filled means that this weapon is not that popular, which makes the mod good, or the Riven mod rather. The status is very low, sadly, which is a bit disappointing. This weapon mainly deals puncture damage. Puncture, which is good against armored units. Against everything else, not so much. So, with these stats in mind, you may be thinking, wow, this weapon sucks. Uh, I don't know. I'd like to demonstrate something. Of course, we're going to test the weapons without mods, and who better to test them on than the corrupted heavy gunners. Why? Because of their tough armor. And since they're at max level 140, their armor is pretty tough. So here we go. Now, it doesn't look that impressive. Admittedly so. But you can tell that this weapon does not excel in critical or status, but rather these weapons do better with raw damage. So here we go. First we'll go to a standard build. Standard builds are mods that are easy to acquire and not that expensive to level up. But in case you want to find out about the weapon and the mods, all details will be in the description. The key mods and the stats of the weapon. That way you can get a better look of, well, how things work. Okay, standard build. Hornet Strike, which is mandatory for all secondaries. Barrel Diffusion, which gives us more multi-shot. Lethal Torrent gives us fire rate and multi-shot. Quick Draw for more reload speed. Next we have Pathogen Rounds and Convulsion, which gives us 90% of poison and electricity. Combine the two and you get corrosive damage, which is very effective against armored units. But keep in mind, if the enemy has no armor, you will do less damage. So be careful with that. Next we have Augur Pact, just to add more damage. You can replace it with another status mod, another 60/60 mod. But keep in mind it's mostly for the damage, not for the status. Next we have Pistol Pestilence, just to give us more, well, toxin damage. And in total, it will give us 27,517 damage. That's a lot of damage. Yes, no status. Yes, no critical. But it has the punch. As you can tell, this weapon is really meant for up close and personal encounters. So depending on the Warframe power or Warframe that you're using, it does very well. And thanks to the fire rate, you don't consume ammo that fast. So you have plenty of time to restock while in battle. Oh, sorry. But yeah, depending on how you use this and what abilities you have, the weapon is effective. Now let's move on to viral builds. Viral builds, let me just switch that out. Give me a sec. Here we go. Essentially, instead of armor, viral affects the health of the enemy, lessening it, therefore giving you a better chance to kill them quickly. I think it explains here. Yeah. Viral status increases health damage taken up by up to 225%. So yeah, it directly attacks the health of the enemy. It works on all factions, but the best faction would be against, well, Grineer and the Corpus. You see the Corpus here, they don't have armor, but they only have shields. But their shields cannot protect them against, well, poison damage. So here we go. See that? Instantly dead. Now of course they're not moving, so you gain additional damage. So let me just go back to the Corrosive build and show you how effective the build is in real combat. Just let me remember. Darn it. I'm getting sloppy. Okay. Now that we're back on Corrosive. Yes, I'll be using my armor just so I don't die, and to show you the synergy. I think that's the right. Oops. Forgot energy. Ow. I forgot energy. Sorry. Okay, a bit sloppy, but you can see that it is effective. Apologies for that sloppy display. Now let's go back to the viral build. But yeah, as demonstrated, this weapon does not excel in status or critical chance. None of that. It only excels in pure damage. So be warned if you ever want to use this weapon. That's one of the reasons why I built this weapon, is because one, I got a Riven for it, and two, it just the idea of raw damage, it intrigued me. Okay, moving on to the expensive builds. Expensive build, basically, well, to put it simply, are mods that are rare and more expensive to level up. But once you do get them, and once you do level them up to maximum, the results are very much worth it, and I highly recommend you go for it. So not much change here. Oh, that's the wrong mod, sorry. Let me just put back the quick draw. Sorry, that was embarrassing. Not much change apart from Magnum Force. This here is a corrupted mod that can be found in derelict missions. This one destroys your accuracy, but the damage is what you want. And if you go down here, 32,551 damage. That's just a lot of damage. Insert meme here. No, I can't. I don't know what's copyright clips anymore, sadly. And darn YouTube making things difficult. That, and I'm not good at editing, so... There we go. I can't tell if it was faster or not, but it does a lot of damage. And keep in mind, I did not buff it, nor are these guys lower level enemies. So imagine if you use Mirage, or Mirage Prime, or maybe Excalibur, or if I added Roar from Rhino. The damage would be quite a lot. Now, of course, the moment we're all been waiting for. My Riven Mod. I got lucky with 9 rolls. Or at least I think that's it. This has 271% damage and 155.7% puncture damage. And if you look at this, my accuracy improved since I don't have Magnum Force, and I have 50,078 raw damage. Now that's a lot of damage. Now how effective is it? Well, let me demonstrate. I think I still have the Corrosive Build. Yeah, I do. I think I do. Oh, sorry, I got knocked down. If you ignore my terrible accuracy, you can see that it took less shots to defeat the corrupted heavy gunner. Do I recommend this weapon for the end game? I do not know, really. I mean, there are other weapons that are better. I don't know. I just take any weapon, personally. If it can hit hard, I'll bring it to the end game. If not, I won't. As simple as that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really a professional. I'm just doing what I believe works. And with that demonstration out of the way, this is the best place to end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I hope this video helps you or at least gives you an idea on what to do. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're interested. It really helps the channel out. And as always, I'll see you in the next episode.